Hey guys, my name is Bryce. Today I'm going to do a really quick run through of a MOC that I already sort of had set up with Kopaka. Also ignore the scarf, that was for a funny photo shoot. But the rest of Kopaka hasn't changed since my last modification to him, but I figured I would give him a blaster sword kind of setup, so I'm just going to walk you through it really quickly. The rest of his sort of setup hasn't changed. He still has the sort of riot shield blaster combination that can turn into a snowboard, as you can see in a video right here. I wanted to modify the sword as well to also be able to fire projectiles, just because I thought it'd be cool to have both, and that's really the kind of main grounds for it. Spinning this barrel is a little bit awkward, I realize, even though it does work well enough. Being able to utilize that when you're playing against somebody else, it might be trickier, whereas this one has a very large exposed gear that allows you to spin the barrel, so I'll just walk you through it. All you have to do as an operator is hold where the guard is and use your thumb to rotate through, and it's ambidextrous, which is important because I'm left-handed, so it works both ways really well. I haven't put any studs in it yet, just to make sure I don't lose a whole bunch while I'm trying to demonstrate that, but as you can see potentially up close here, that is the one tab which actually stays fixed in place, so the studs will always fire from this point along up the blade. And also another fun thing is that you can actually give it a bit of a skip upwards if you let the blade dictate which direction it's going to go, but normally I just keep it down to fire straight, but I've been able to do some weird trick shots with it. You can fire it in either direction, but it'll always expectedly fire as planned. And it actually gets pretty good distance on it too. I keep the rest of the studs just sort of stored on whatever places are available, and then also another nice thing is that I made sure that the handle itself would be fixed in place, so it's actually hard to have it pull out from the grip of Kopaka without meaning to, and also be able to spin it around a little bit just for making sure that it's not like a fixed axle, which can sometimes be a problem. And you've kind of seen in other sets where they've started to address this, where everything's a little bit more posable and adjustable. So this is what it looks like in the sword form. I think I'm definitely testing the limits of these ball and socket joints, but it's pretty good action, needless to say, as I'm trying to reach over the camera here. Definitely a formidable opponent. And then to go from the sword form into the blaster form, you simply attach it where it's available here, and just sort of have that guard under the armpit, and then you're sort of good to go. And I mean, you can certainly have the eyes almost line up against it in terms of aiming and everything. As a kid who's playing with it, it's very easy to sort of see over the shoulder and just spin the barrel using your thumb. So guys, feel welcome to add any comments or questions that you have about the build. Certainly it's as minimal as I could make it. There's certainly a lot of leverage that comes from a weapon at this length, but just having these two features I find adds a lot of play value to it. And yeah, he's just sort of becoming my champion of any sort of ranged attacks, between having this, his blaster and his shield, and of course Melum adds everything into the heavy artillery category as well. It was certainly a fun build to do, and I appreciate you guys for watching, and definitely all the great feedback so far. Like, I'm really glad that I got to be a part of this community, and I'm certainly going to try and contribute more and more to keep it growing. I'll just keep enjoying the ride while I can. So that kind of sums it up for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.